Reseller Clickbait Podcast, Episode 3. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Reseller Clickbait Podcast. I'm Ken, and that's Jimmy.
Heyo. What's up?
Heyo. We are recording this on May the 4th, so happy Star Wars Day to you, Jimmy. May the 4th be with you.
Thanks, man. I need to watch Rogue One. That's my favorite Star Wars movie. It's weird that that's my favorite Star Wars movie because I loved the old ones growing up. But Rogue One is just so good, man. I love that movie.
I was just watching Rise of Skywalker right before we went on. They were playing the movies all day and just got done on Adam Baldy Powell Pickings live. He had a Star Wars trivia to win a free t-shirt, and I kind of talked myself up the whole time and then just blew it. You came in like halfway through the game and busted all the way to second place.
And
I finished.
I got messed on the Grogu trick question, got me.
Yes.
And then a couple just boneheaded answers, and I ended up in second.
Yeah, I missed a couple that I shouldn't have missed, and I think just clicking and playing too fast. But
anyway, so speed. Yeah. Sorry,
that's all right. Going off on a tangent already.
I'm going rogue today. No notes, so this is up to you. No longer notes. Jimmy bag of notes. I put the notes away.
Did you bring your bag of chips this week, though?
I ate those chips, man. They were too spicy too, man. They were like those spicy. Again, tangent. We're going off on. You have to steer this.
Okay.
We can't call it a train because that's a track, and we go off track all the time, so it can't be a train. Anyways, you got to steer this ship.
Steer this right back into. Welcome to the podcast. Jimmy and I are doing this thing weekly just to talk about reselling and the reselling community. We use the clickbait moniker in our title just so that we can make some thumbnails. Just to clickbait people in. The thumbnail for this last week's show was great. Dumpster diving.
Yeah, you guys are only here because we use clickbait. Like, you guys really don't want to listen to us. It's just the thumbnails draw you in, and then I think our retention is at about 2 minutes per episode.
And then you get this. You click on that wild thumbnail, which is it's a good thing we weren't using your logo though as the clickbait, that fisherman's hook.
That was an early going into the smear campaign on the original logo. I'll put it in the video right here for you guys, the terrible logo that Ken likes to make fun of every episode. He has created a smear campaign, and every episode he will bash the original logo.
I think if you just putting it up on the screen right there is going to bash itself. Last week we tied up a Palomar knot for the segment. This week, no knots, but I will say that the white bass are running.
We're not going to
my area the knots. In the Olin energy. We're not going to the taut knot. Jimmy taunted me while I was tying a taut knot. Wow, say that 10 times real fast.
No.
Hey, is it odd that I had to go back to the last video and make sure I wasn't wearing the same shirt that I had on last week?
Man, it may. I can't answer that question because I don't check and I have no clue.
I went and looked to see what shirt I realized if I'm going to do some videos, I need to get some. Everybody else has cool shirts. They have all these vintage Atari and wrestling shirts.
You're talking about Trash to Cash.
Trash to Cash. Oh, speaking of that, you went to the Trash to Cash podcast meetup in Vegas, and we're going to get into that later in the show because some great stories. It sounded like a great time, and we won't spoil that right here in the beginning of the show.
Stick around, folks.
This is kind of audio clickbait. You know, you got to stay around for the suspense of Jimmy's trip. But last week's show went really good. The first episode was out. We have doubled our subscribers and our viewership over the week. And so the second episode came out today, and it's already gaining some traction. So we are excited about that.
Yeah, so like other channels, they're getting like 1.2.5K views. We're getting 0.5 or 0.0.
It's all in the decimal.
0.5, somewhere down there.
They're
But
just
they
a
better watch
decimal
out.
position away from
I
where
think they're
we're at,
2
Jimmy.
decimal points away from us.
And if you cross your eyes, hell, we're doubling what they do.
So they better watch out because we're 0.0005K views.
So I'm not sure why I checked my shirt because this is an audio podcast, and but it does go out on YouTube. So you want to look good for the broadcast.
Well, I mean, you decided to put away the hot pink hat this episode, so that's
this is true. Actually, this is a new hat. I bought this at a yard sale last week. I mean, brought it home, cleaned it up, steam sanitized it. It's got kind of a low profile to it.
I'm just gonna say you would have to tell people that that's a new hat because it looks the same.
It looks the same as the other one?
I don't know.
You wait a minute. You can't remember what shirt you had on it, but you remember my hat style from last week.
My hat has raindrops on it from the rain today.
Oh, the Jimmy Old School Flips, one of the most popular hats in the business today.
I'm getting messages about it.
It's I seen it running down a conveyor in Las Vegas at a restaurant, no less.
I got a story to tell about that when we get to the trash to cash stuff. That was pretty funny.
But the first episode came out real good. We got some good comments. So let's talk about like one of the better comments from last week. And this one came from Old School Picker. Now,
the thief. Also known as the thief.
The thief. He just blatantly went right out and stole Jimmy's old school name. And but Chris is a great guy, puts out great content. He thought, he started making his videos, Old School Picker, this is great. And then he sees Jimmy's stuff. He's like, this dude stole my name. And so after further research, he found that you've been in about a year and a half before he was. So, but he was commenting on the discussion of the ReTuber, which was what the comment last week of what happened. But he says a ReTuber is a noun, a guy that fixes flat bicycle tires.
Right. So the first thing I thought when I read that is like some kid back in like the 40s working at a gas station. He's like,
that was your first job, right?
Yeah, my first job, exactly.
One of those guys that ran out with the white hat on and the white, checked your oil.
And I'll check your tires, see? You got a flat, I'll put a new tuber in there for you.
He's a ReTuber.
I'm a ReTuber, see? Why are they shooting at those oil cans? I had to go to that movie.
The jerk. Yes.
I was like him.
My name is in the phone book. I love that scene.
Yeah. So I thought that was pretty good, but that for some reason it took me back to when I was a teenager in the 40s. Yeah.
So we appreciate all the comments, Joe Feld Picker and Adam and Danica and everybody that weighed in on the show last week. We appreciate that. We're going to try to pick one each week and go over it. So thanks to Chris, the Old School Thief, Old School Picker, that left that comment. So,
man, I appreciate to clear the throat. Yeah, Chris is. By the way, I was joking. Chris is not a thief. And when we finally ran into each other in a chat, we were both like, "Did we just become best friends?"
Yeah. Do you want to do karate in the basement?
Right. So yeah, and I've been talking to him and communicating with him ever since. And we both like to sell and buy and sell toys. And he's probably got a better eye than I do at that stuff. If you watch his videos, he'll be linked down below. Go check out Chris Old School Picker OSP. And watch them buy and sell toys, man.
See, you got that hack and cough there. You said you had rain on your hat. Were you out in the rain all day today, thrifting and picking? And
yeah,
how was your day?
So it was senior day at the thrift, so of course I was there. I tried to be first in line. I tried to be the first one there, as the song says. I was not, and so I actually did have to stand out.
The first one there. The first one.
If you break out a guitar right now.
My ukulele.
You break out a little like ukulele. So yeah, it was a little chilly. It rained, but it was thrift day for me. senior discount. Now, some people that know me will say, "What are you talking about, senior discount, Jimmy? You're not a senior yet." I know I look the part, and so it's easy for me
So
to
they
say.
just
And then,
automatically give it to you without asking for identification?
I mean, honestly, they would.
I would if I
And
were
then,
the cashier. I'd say,
yeah,
"Oh, this
right.
old guy
They
right
would,
here."
they would call for the wheelchair to help me out and everything. So, that does happen. They like, can we get this older gentleman some assistance?
I'm not sure when I go to the thrift and they automatically give me the senior discount if I'm like offended or if I'm like happy that I got the discount. Just
You should be
just
highly
move
offended.
along.
Highly offended.
Maybe so, but hey, I'll take the 10%
No,
or
I'm just.
15 or 20, whatever it is that day.
But I actually go with Len 5280 Fines, who's in a lot of the chats in the community, and he is a
He
senior.
a true
So
senior.
I'm not really, cheating the system. He's like, "Hey, I'll buy your stuff and get you the discount. I'm a senior." So, but they always just give it to me anyway, so I don't have to utilize the senior discount from Ken. But if I had to, I will.
Yeah, I pull that trick
Did I
with
say Ken or Len?
you did say Ken.
I
I
did
don't
say
not sure if
Ken
that
and
was
Len and Ken.
subconscious
I
or
was
not,
looking right
but
at you when I said it, so that's probably why.
yeah, my girlfriend gets the senior discount, so I take advantage of that any chance I get.
Right.
Let her pay for it. So overall, how was your week since last week? I
It was
mean,
good.
you went to trash to cash, so
Right.
it was
So
great.
it was great. I've been back. I crashed as soon as I got home. I woke. I crashed on the couch. Then I went upstairs and took a nap. And then after I woke up from that, I was only up for a couple hours. And I went to bed for the night. um, so yeah, and then I got up on Tuesday morning, did the live on OBX Flips channel every Tuesday for like 17 hours. We're on there. A couple guys joking around, listing stuff, and actually a very little joke. Matter of fact, there's not a lot of joking at all. It's just a couple guys
It,
listing, and Tim is driving around with road rage.
yeah, hits the 7-Eleven, gives the 7-Eleven deal of the day. Yeah, it was a pretty good week for me as well. Finally getting into yard sale season around here. So I did get to hit some yard sales, picked up a few good things and got them all listed. That's been
Wow.
my new goal is to list what I get. I worked
Right.
all winter, all spring to list my death pile, grab a box and just list it whether I wanted to or not. And sales have picked up. It's been great. Had one really good sale on a item that you and I had talked about, Jimmy, a Pioneer receiver,
Yeah, yeah.
and we were discussing an offer that I had got. It was one of those offers that wasn't necessarily low ball, but it was right in that range. And I counter offered. The guy didn't accept, and I ended up selling it 2 days later for an additional $50. Went for
Right.
like 221. So, hey, appreciate that heads up on holding out on an offer, especially on a higher an item that moves pretty well. Those sell all the time. So
And I get
uh,
messages from him on every offer he gets, guys. Like when he gets an offer, he texts me. He messages me and he's like, "Jimmy, should I accept this offer?"
should,
I'm like, "No, Ken, that's 80% less than your listing. You should not take that offer."
but I could just take the money. I paid $10 for it and they're offering me 5. Is that a good deal? Every
Every single
um
guys.
I'm a little more seasoned reseller than that, Jimmy.
Okay, so maybe
So
it was just the one time, but it made for a good story. Now I got
yeah,
to ask, are those
yes.
masks behind you? For those of you listening, there's some from the movie Scream. There's a couple Scream masks behind him. I'm going to paint the Bob Ross picture right now. Scream masks can be very valuable. And so I'm going way off track here, but that's what I do. Are those masks listed?
They are not listed
Okay.
yet. I am still doing some research on them, and I actually threw them up there just kind of in your finds that you had in Vegas. One of those may or may not have been a Scream mask, and you may or may not have found that yourself. and I'm sure we'll delve into that
Spoiler
later
alert.
on.
No.
So I threw those up there. The one on whichever way it is, the left or
The
right,
darker of the two.
the darker of the two may be a big hitter. The way that the logo is
Yep.
kind of circled around the chin, it's in pretty good shape. Those ones are glow in the dark.
They glow in the dark. That's good.
They do. And I actually have a couple more that I couldn't find right away.
It's always
They're in a
good to
box.
lose $1,000 masks, Ken.
Oh yeah. Well, I know
can't
that
find this mask that's worth $1,000. That's good. That's good reselling. You said you're a seasoned reseller, so
I'm seasoned. Like pepper more than it's. I know that the other two are not high-end ones. They're maybe, $30, $40, but
you have to
those
say
two
that
right
because
there,
they're lost, and you have to cover yourself.
well, they're just misplaced. They're not actually lost. They're on my property
They're
somewhere.
How many acres do you have? It's in one of the buildings out there on the property.
Yeah, out in the end up like Cat the Nurse Flipper with like 10 buildings out in the back 40.
All right, bring us back. Bring the ship back to due north.
We're going to move along with something else. I watch a lot of YouTube videos, and we watch a lot of the same things. And one of the things we like to do on this show is highlight cool stuff that we saw, or point out something that was going on in the community. And just a great find. Kameron, our buddy Kameron over at Gravity Goods.
Yep.
Yes. He has been into selling postcards lately, and he bought a lot of postcards from a gentleman, about 200 cards or so. I think he paid $40 for them. Didn't really know what was there. Just that was in his wheelhouse of things that he sells. And he finds this item is called like a cabinet card, I think he called it. And it was a picture of like JoJo.
At first, I thought it was a picture of Ken during the Christmas season when he grows out his beard.
Grows out the big Santa beard.
At first glance, it's like, oh, Ken dressed up as doing his Santa thing. And then that was just a quick glance, and then I realized it was not you. So continue. Sorry.
It was actually Feder Jetachu, I think, JoJo the dog face boy from back like the old Ringling Brothers circus days.
Yeah.
So he goes to research in this card, lists it on eBay, sells it a couple days later for, are you ready? Well, you saw it. It's not a surprise.
Saw it, but yeah.
Should we tell people what it was, or should we just send them to Cameron's video and let them watch?
That's a good question. Cameron, what do you think we should do? Cameron's not here. We can't ask him.
Okay, so
let's just. Oh,
wait, everything's okay. If you say spoiler alert, it's okay.
Yeah, that makes it okay. I do want to say I like what Kameron did there, because he kind of explains it in the video when you watch it, because it'll be linked down below. I'm pointing down for those watching, listening. I'm pointing down. What he did is, and it's something that I do a lot, is he averaged out price per unit when he bought it, and he liked the it was 20 something cents, right? That came to, he said. So
20 cents.
I love doing that, because you're like, you know what, it's low risk. I know at 23 cents per unit, even if I only make $5 per unit, I'm making a bunch of money. And then you don't even hesitate to buy it. You bring them in, and then you do the research, and then you end up finding the dog. What was his name? JoJo
the dog face boy.
You end up finding JoJo the dog face boy. What was the kind of card again?
It's like a cabinet card.
I
believe that's what he said, a cabinet card.
No, okay.
You have to watch, for the proper syntax. But it looked like a postcard to me, but he called it a cabinet card, a little bit bigger size. But
if we're describing it's like a black and white photo. It's a little bit thicker stock paper, right?
Yes.
And I guess we could say how much he sold it for.
Okay.
What did he have it listed for?
He had it listed for $1,500.
And
he ended up
28 cents into this thing.
Yeah. And he ended up taking an offer from a gentleman and sold that for $1,250. on something that was just a chance to happen to be in the box. It wasn't even one that he had his eye on when he bought it.
It was in like a manila envelope. Matter of fact, he said it was just like in a envelope. He opened it up, and that's where he found it.
Just an amazing find, and those are the things that you look for.
Those are the things that never happened for me. Yeah, you can say it, Ken.
What
the things that never happened for Jimmy is terrible at sourcing, and he never finds stuff like that.
Now, Sonia, on the other hand,
spoiler alert, is a way better picker than me.
So Kameron, in his video, he decided that he was going to, it was a great sale, and the guy obviously didn't know what he had, and he was going to create, as he said, some reseller juju out there. He was going to actually go back to the fella and give him some extra cash because it was such a big sale. And
I mean, that's such a nice thing to do. I've seen like Kevin Commonwealth do a similar thing. It's such a thoughtful, great thing to do.
Yeah, and it's a great thing. Now, it brings us around to Jimmy. Would you do that?
Oh, hell no.
Nope. Not gonna do it. Not taking anything away from
I don't know what
Kameron, but
Juju Smith-Schuster stuff is, the wide receiver. But no. You guys can keep Juju Smith-Schuster. I don't want it.
Exactly. Yeah. So that's just congratulations to Kameron on that sale, and
good job,
and that find, and appreciate it. He's a good friend, has lots of good listing lives with Sal's Mercado. And
like the video, the thumbnail on the video is like all this clickbait, right? And then he starts off it's a good video, but he starts off the video like he's just like drawing it out. He's sitting waiting at a train. He's like, I would show you, and I'm gonna show you what I saw, but we have to sit here and wait for this train right now. The notes are lost, folks.
We've
gone rogue. The notes, he lost the notes. He's flustered, folks. Will he recover? I don't know.
I'm going to recover right now because I'm going to put.
Are your headphones working? All right, we're good.
Yeah. So last week the audio we had some echo, and I think we're going to fix that here with these headphones I put on. That was all my fault. You see. I'll sing the whole national anthem.
All right, now. Everybody, take your hats off. Sorry. Blinded.
Ladies, Jones. So, but in the whole week, though, the highlight had to have been your trip to Las Vegas. The Trash to Cash meetup. But not only that, take us through it. Tell us. Give us a play-by-play.
Well, it all started when I was 2 years old. No, so it all started when I saw that they were going to be there, and I was like, man, I want to go. I want to go to the Trash to Cash meetup. And then I started pricing hotel rooms, and I started pricing flights, and I was like, this is expensive. So I was like, man, I want to go, but I'm not going to go. And then I got a message. Oh, no. I decided to message Sunny Las Vegas.
Yes.
Link down below. Sunny Las Vegas is a YouTuber that I know that I do a live with on Thursday nights.
Who, by the way, just so happens to live in Las Vegas. How
his
appropriate.
YouTube channel is
Talk
Sunny
about
Las.
clickbait. He's got it right there in his name.
His last name is Las Vegas, and he lives in Las Vegas. It's like a coincidence. So that's not, that just doesn't happen that you live in the city that you're named after. So I messaged Sunny because,
however, Jimmy Denver is a pretty cool name. It sounds like a spy,
right? That's like
the Adventures of Jimmy Denver.
I'm thinking more of like a Western character, like Jimmy Denver.
Did you hear about the 3-legged dog that walked into the saloon?
I did not.
Said, I'm looking for the man that shot my paw. Okay, let's get back on track. So
that will definitely be deleted from every possible audio, video, every part, upload of this show that will be edited out. Don't worry. I apologize that you had to hear that.
I love the dad jokes. I was thinking the other day, this might be. Have you seen any of the TikToks where the people do the dad jokes back and forth and try to make the other guy laugh? Yeah. Okay, so future episode here is going to be Jimmy and I in a dad joke and a dad joke off. I got to make sure I say that right.
Right. Pronunciated.
I got to pronunciate it right.
Said that gooder.
It's the Hamburglar.
Hamburglar. Yeah. So my intentions to message Sonny were, he worked at hotels. He'd done security at the Wynn. So I was like, if anybody knows the place to call to maybe get a deal, it would be Sonny. So I messaged him. I'm like, hey, you know the hotel to call, what's a good place, a decent place for a decent amount of money. Like, I don't want to end up at Circus like Carrie, if I'm being honest. I don't want to end up at the Circus where apparently someone gets shanked every night.
I've been to the Circus, and it is a bit, I think JoJo the dog-faced boy is actually at the Circus nowadays.
Yeah, he does. I was like, that's true. I think I saw him there, matter of fact. And so it's funny because Carrie even said, like, he's Don has some street cred. His girlfriend has some street cred. So that's why he's able to stay there. Because he was scared for his life every night, but
that's way down on the strip. You don't want to be down there.
It was kind of funny because Dave's over there talking about how he's staying at Paris, and they literally have cake, like machines that you can order.
You can get cake out of a machine.
Like a soda machine, but it's a cake machine. You can order. So here's Carrie staying at the Circus where he has to worry about being shanked, having to have street cred just to be able to stay there. And then Dave's talking about staying at Paris where he can order cake pops from a machine.
His only worry is if he has enough change to plug into the cake vending machine, or
if he can reach the change slot. Yeah, those are his only concerns. Is the baguettes going to be delivered in the morning with with his
Well, when you get high profile, when you're highbrow like Dave,
yeah. So
you can. So anyway, you're not staying at the Circus. You're talking to Sonny, and he says,
"Dude, come and stay at my house." And I was like, "What?" And I was like, "No, I was like, I really, really want to go, but no." And he's like, "No, come on, man, just come to Vegas, stay at my house. We'll have a good time." That got the ball rolling.
You're planning a trip to Vegas, contact Sonny, and he's welcome to have anybody at his house. Wait, hold on.
But he does have to get permission from his wife, and that's like clearance from the tower. Like, yeah, we got over. So
this is your captain speaking.
Yeah, there you go. Over. Clearance.
Yeah. What's your vector? Or your vector? Wait, what's your vector?
Yeah.
Tell me, Jimmy. Do you like gladiator movies?
I'm glad you asked that question. Other question.
Have you ever been in a men's locker room?
That movie's great. I love that movie. And don't call me Shirley. Shirley, you can't be serious.
A hospital? Right. What is it? It's a big building where they keep sick people, but that's not important right now.
Yeah. I love that movie.
Okay, so what were we talking about? Your airplane. You were on the airplane. No,
wait. I hadn't made it that far yet.
We're talking about the movie Airplane.
Yeah, we're talking about the
Okay, so now you're at Sonny. Sonny invited you to stay.
Yeah, so he invited me to stay. He's like, come. And so then he gets the ball rolling on everything, man. He's like, Mikey bag of donuts, Mikey bags of money. He's like, let's go to the flea market. Let's record live there. The niche lady, she's like, Danny's like, oh, I'm going to meet there. So like, boom, I get there on Friday morning. By Friday night, I am at a flea market that's hopping at night. People everywhere.
A nighttime flea market?
Yeah, it was so much fun.
That is cool. I watched Mikey Bags of Money, his live that he did with what fun, man. That just looked like a blast. Everybody hanging out, all these other resellers that you watch, and finding good deals.
Yes,
Or
Sonia was correct. Sonia was finding the
Sonia
deals while I was walking right past them.
was paying attention to what the where you were going to get tacos that night. Jimmy was
Yeah,
checking
I
out
was.
all the food vendors, but that's where my homage here with my Scream mask came from. Sonia, so Jimmy's thrifting, and he's walking
Yeah,
right past it.
I'm looking at terrible stuff. I walk in the video that will come out. I walk right past, and it's the whole outfit. It's not just the mask. It's the entire costume from the movie
Scream.
Scream 4. It's right there for everybody to see in the video. And Sonia's like, "What? You don't want this?" And I'm like, "What is it?" And she holds it up. And I'm like, "Let me see that." And like right away, how much? How much? How much? And the guy's like, $5 all. Bam!
Wow.
$5.
Oh yeah, just
like
like on the strip.
I can't believe I missed it though. It was pretty bad.
But that it just looked like a blast. Those of us that were at home and could only watch live, very very envious of that trip and getting to meet those folks. And so you have the meetup. You're at the flea market. You're eating food. You're finding deals. Everybody's finding deals.
Yeah.
Where you go from there?
Hold on, we didn't talk about the tacos.
Wait.
Or did we talk about the tacos? Those tacos were so good. I think I got it on Instagram of Sonny ordering those tacos. Man, those tacos were so good. Yeah. So anyways, after the flea market, what are we? The next day is Saturday. We're gonna hit some yard sales, and we go hit some yard sales. Sonny finds.
Yes.
No big deal. Just a $500 lamp at the first sale of the day. I think he did end up paying $50 for it. What was it called again?
Hey. 50 into 500.
The name. Oh, what kind of lamp is it again? Dang it!
So
like
a Tiffany lamp.
No, it's like a lamp that has flowers where the light goes. Like it's like just the light is.
That's called a flower pot, Jimmy.
No, it's not.
It's an electric flower pot.
And it sucks that I can't remember because I want to say what it's called.
Well, hey, here's a good idea. Go check out Sonny's channel.
Yeah.
And you can see that great find that he found in Las Vegas of the electric.
And I already know he's working on like a local deal for that thing already. Like he's already got a local buyer. He might have to take less than 500, but if you don't have to ship it,
heck yeah, all day.
Yeah.
So you're at yard sales.
The name of it, it's like the alien flower 3-arm lamp, maybe, but that's 100% wrong.
The alien flower. Yeah. Was it Audrey from Little Shop of Horrors?
It was.
Is that what it was shaped like?
It feed me more. Yeah.
Suddenly see more. I'm sorry. Okay, so and then what was this deal? I saw your hat. Wait, maybe I'm jumping ahead. Where your hat's running down the conveyor belt.
That was the last night we were there. So
okay,
you went way ahead.
Okay.
So
I'm chronologically challenged.
The rest of Saturday, the yard sales were, how do you say, awful. We went to a community sale. Sonny found like another $40 Walkman, little radio, personal radio. I might have a good clickbait video because we're walking up to a yard sale. This guy's yelling, not very happy that another sale sold stuff before they opened to somebody else. And so he's not. And what's weird is we're not at that sale.
The first one there.
Yeah. We're not at that sale anymore. He's at a different sale telling the people that are running that sale what happened to him and how that they lied to him. And that he's pissed, and I didn't even realize it when I was editing my video just now, and that's a whole nother story for another day of how that went. I was like, oh, I got that guy yelling, and like then the moral victory for the bad side said, yes, you will do clickbait, yes, you will get that guy yelling in your video, and hopefully you will get a lot of views.
That's what it's all about, clickbait.
So in my next video,
clickbait the flamethrower, clickbait the breakfast cereal.
My next video will literally start off with a man in a garage yelling at people saying, and he lied to me. So we're going for it. We're going for the clickbait home run, guys. That's what we do.
Okay, so yard sales on Saturday, not that good, not as good as how it started out. You were excited, and then
I mean, I
it
did
kind of went
find a
downhill.
mosquito trap that's worth decent money, but I do have a funny story about the trip. Like, I live here in Colorado. I've been yard selling here for 3 years. Sonia's dad, my wife Sonia's dad, as he has 3 things he wants me to keep an eye out for. Right.
Yes.
One is the what is it? Not the what's that movie? The golf movie.
Caddyshack.
Caddyshack. The gopher from Caddyshack.
Yes.
It's a
As
gopher,
like a
right?
head cover. Yeah.
But no,
It's
he
a
wants
gopher.
the animated one that Dan talks or whatever.
Okay.
He
All right.
wanted that. He wanted a mosquito catcher.
2
And the third thing he wants
and
is
C.
and C is
I was never good at
right,
categorization.
is Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer
Okay.
Christmas Village stuff.
Okay.
So those are the 3 things on the permanent list. If you ever find them, buy them, send them my way. Okay.
Gotcha.
Will do.
Okay.
In 3 years
Jimmy's address is. Oh wait. Go ahead.
in 3 years of sourcing in Colorado, I've never seen. No, I lied. We saw the gopher and it smelled like pure cigarette smoke, so we did not buy it.
It smelled like a gopher's.
It did. It smelled like it was in the Caddyshack, in the
The shed, the caddy shed there.
whatever. We're gonna cut that part out. So it stunk like cigarettes, so I didn't buy it.
Yes.
So I have seen that. But while I was in Vegas, Sonia found the Caddyshack gopher, and I found a mosquito trap. So we found 2 of the 3 things we've been looking for 3 years while in Vegas, and we shipped them directly to her dad. But that mosquito trap thing is actually might be worth like $125, and I
Really?
paid $3 for it, and it was basically
Sweet.
brand new.
So I would assume that thrifting, you're finding these items, but being on a trip makes it a little more difficult to source the way you like to get items back home, especially when you're taking a flight. So
yeah. So we have one package that we ship back to us. I don't even remember what's in that. Oh no, I don't remember what we sent in that. I don't. Oh, a pair of boots and something else. Found a pair of boots that were decent money. But yeah, we were able to bring some of the stuff on our carry-on, and then the rest we shipped. And then, like I said, some of it. But like I found a uranium glass for the first time ever. And
did you have a little blue light or a little black light there?
And it's going to be in one of the videos.
It's
going to be in one of the videos.
Man, where you're just full of spoilers, and
we're like, I paid $2 for this dish, and we get it home, and Sonny breaks out the black light, and he's like,
cha-ching.
Yeah, so
sweet.
It turned out to be uranium glass, so that was a first ever for me. But I left that for Sonny because I'm not even trying to ship that or put that on an airplane. So
yes, well, you're a good man. So okay, yard sale Saturday, and then what? Where do you go from there?
Why are you gonna Saturday night was the big live recording
of the Trash to Cash podcast.
And then after that was the dinner. Now, the Trash to Cash, the first thing, the live recording, some people thought it was actually going to be live. They messaged me. I've been watching for the live recording, and I never could find. I couldn't find
live recording.
It was just them. It was a live studio audience. It was not actually live on. It probably would have went better. Feel bad for Dave. There was a lot of technical difficulties, to say the least.
It seemed like they recorded that like in a bucket with all the echo that was in it, but it looked like fun. Dave and Carrie are just
those guys are hilarious,
nuts, and they called Kevin during the podcast, and just Jimmy had a cameo.
I made the video. I made the cut. It was pretty cool to be able to go up there and talk with them. Again, there was only like 10 of us at the recording, so it wasn't hard to make the cut. I was the second one called up. So,
and then dinner, they provided dinner, right?
Yeah, they provided dinner at the Bahama Breeze. I got me a slushy while I was there.
I'm surprised it wasn't at the Taco Bell.
Well, I mean, it was at the Baja Bahama Breeze, so that's close. I mean, Baja Blast, Bahama Breeze.
There you go. So dinner was good. Anything exciting go on at dinner?
Anything exciting? Yeah, I mean, me being there was pretty awesome. I was able to talk with. I got to meet the art of resell, and I
Yes.
got to sit down, and I got to sit at the same table as him during dinner and talk to him.
Jimmy's like a little schoolgirl. If you're not watching, he's like, oh, he's got his shoulders all shrugged up.
No,
he's
I
so
mean,
excited.
It was really cool to talk to him.
He's glowing.
Get some of his perspective. Like his channel just recently blew up, and like to hear some of his stories of how that's gone was pretty cool. And then I got to listen to him and Dave talk about some of the things that they're working on their channels. They were really cool. They were like, it's probably boring for you. I was like, no, I'm taking it all in. As a smaller channel, I'm learning a lot, paying attention on some of the things that you guys are doing as bigger channels.
Yeah. But you're a pretty big deal, Jimmy.
I am sort of a big deal.
You are sort of.
Why do you say that? What made you say that just now? What?
Well, because you were kind of downplaying yourself as somebody that maybe wasn't worthy to be in the company of a Dave or the art of resell, and you're right in there. You're top
I know,
shelf.
but I don't want to. I'm humble about it.
So you have dinner. And then where's it go from there?
That's it. It's over. Everybody's tired.
So go home Sunday. You're back at the flea market, and you got clowns making balloon animals.
That's right. Right. So after dinner, we did stand outside and talk for a while. There was like this lowrider with some really loud music, and it pulls up, and I was like, "Oh, Dave, your car. They're here to pick you up."
Right.
Uber's here, So Dave's like, yeah.
Your Ubers.
And that's where I got the picture of them wearing my hat. And they're really good. They're really funny. They're like, so should we look happy? Should we look I was like, as miserable as possible?
Just snap the picture so I can take this damn thing off.
I was like, you guys need to look as miserable as possible. And then it was funny because I was like, I only got their top half of them. And right away, Dave's wife, she's like, I want to see Photoshop. She's like, I want to put them in a bathtub with bubbles, So that's in the future, guys. I got that picture. There will be pictures of them in a bubble bath. There will be pictures of them, riding horses. You name it. That picture will be photoshopped like crazy.
I love that kind of stuff.
Yeah, me too. I'm gonna have fun with that's. Just like the thumbnails. Back to the thumbnails that we have.
Yes.
I hate to say it, I love talking to you, Ken, but I think that's my favorite part of the show is making the click.
Is the thumbnail?
Yeah, being able to just make the most ridiculous thumbnails and edit that stuff up is fun. So I just want to say that's what that made me think of right there.
Yeah, I like when the show ends and I get to hang up. I much prefer, just Instagramming with you, Jimmy. It's all this visual contact that kind of.
He's like, my least favorite part is when I have to edit and listen to you again.
And Jimmy's droning on.
It was
again
bad enough one time listening to you.
Yeah. So Sunday, you're at the flea market again.
This time.
Who's in this group?
This time it's me, Sonia, Sonny, Dave, Carrie, and Dave's wife are there.
6 of you.
Yeah, and it's kind of funny because we entered the flea market on I don't know the directions, but I think Sonny said we entered on the north side. They entered Carrie's and Dave's group entered on the south side, and like we're walking around, and Dave's like, "We're in this monstrous line out here," and we're like, "What are you talking about? We just walked right in." So like, let's walk to the south side and see what it looked. There was this line of people trying to get in that was like literally 100 feet long, just people just trying to get into
I thought they were in line for tacos again because it was so good the first night. So you meet up with them.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead. You meet up with Dave and Carrie and that group after they're through the line, and
I get to pick their brains again. Their sourcing wasn't the best at that flea market that day. It was definitely better at night. And me and Dave had the challenge of, like some guy had a bunch of hats, but like buy them all, put them on whatnot, but we got to ship them all back, you know.
Yeah.
And he's got way further to go than I do.
So do these vendors at the flea market, are they set up permanently, or do they set up
some are permanently, some are each time. We have it's alarm going off, folks. Ken, apparently it's past his bedtime. Go get your pill sorter, Ken. This is, you guys, see, this is supposed to happen after the show where I help him with this as well. Similar to when he calls me and asks for help, pricing stuff. When that alarm goes off, it means I have to tell him to go get his
what
pill
size
sorter.
box should I put this in?
He has to go get his pill sorter. Today is Wednesday, Ken, so the one with the W on it. Open that, crack that sucker open. Go get you some water. Take those pills before bedtime, buddy.
Got to help my rheumatism.
Yes.
Okay. So I saw in one of your videos some crazy clown
on my Instagram.
On your Instagram.
Ever.
Making the worst ever like balloon. I'm not even sure what that. It was supposed to be what, a flower?
I'm like trying to be one of those romantic. I was like, hey Sonia, you want a flower from the balloon guy over there? I'll get you a flower.
Anything you want, baby.
So I go over there. I don't know how to say flower in Spanish, but he understood what I was saying after a little bit. And he's like, yeah, I'll make you a flower. And so I was like,
so this was a Spanish speaking clown.
Yes, it was a Spanish speaking clown. He was about Dave's height. He was very short.
Okay.
And he starts making what turns out to be the most god-awful, ugly flower. I was like, you went with white and brown for the flower, huh? That's the color of those. Like,
the colors of love.
And then I noticed all the balloons he had were white and brown, and I realized those are the only two colors he had was white and brown. He was making a lot of swords that day.
Well, you know, supply is hard to get these days. I'm sure all the bright yellow and green festive balloons chain, it has broken down.
So, I haven't told you this part of the story because it was absolutely hilarious. This balloon, like Sonia's like, but, you know,
Jimmy's,
like,
Jimmy just made this deadpan face, his imitation of Sonia, of when she receives this loving gift of this flower, and the look on her face was.
So I give the guy, you know, I gave him $3. He's asking for it all. I gave him $3. And we're walking away with this god awful ugly flower, and I can't.
Now wait, she finds you a Scream mask costume, full costume for $5, and you buy her a $3 balloon flower.
Well, we haven't gone to the last dinner of the trip, so we'll get there.
Okay.
So this is funny. This part is funny. So we're walking around, and Sonia's got this god awful, ugly flower balloon thing in her hand, and she's trying to give it away to kids. And she's literally scaring kids with this thing. Like, no, but none of the kids want it. They're like, get that ugly balloon out of here. Like, she's like asking, you want this balloon? And they're like, no. So finally, she gets a kid to take it, and I'm sure it was popped within seconds by one of the parents.
And he starts crying. He's walking away.
Like, she could not. It was so ugly. She could not give the balloon away. It was terrible.
What's next? Where are you at in the trip?
So we didn't, you know, again, it was hot. Sourcing wasn't great. We were tired. We were all tired. It had been a long trip for, especially for like Dave. He was really cool, but he was tired. Like, and he, said, man, I'm just worn out from work and then the trip. And so we're like, let's go get some tacos. Let's go get tacos.
Of course.
He hasn't really had these kind of tacos too much. And so he's still like, got to try one, right?
Yes.
So Carrie orders up his tacos. I don't remember what kind. I was getting the carne asada. They were getting a different one. It's the pork one that is on the big spinning wheel, and they cut it off.
Yeah.
I don't remember the name of that kind of taco for some reason. Sonia probably knows, because I just get the carne asada. And so they order them, eat one each. Like, I'm like, you guys are ordering one taco each. They're not the biggest tacos. I'm like, I'm ordering 3. What are you guys doing? It's to try them, right?
Yes.
So then they eat their tacos, and I'm like, well, where are you guys going? What are you guys doing? getting back in line for more tacos.
Yeah. Now
Then they
was the
come back
taco
with,
line as long as the line to get into the?
it was not, thankfully.
Okay.
But you do order them, and then you sit there and watch them make them. They come back with 7 tacos. They're like, well, yeah, so you liked them, huh? That's after that, they're heading out. They're heading back to their hotel rooms to get ready to go home. So we walked them to the south side. We're on the north side. We walked them to the south side, say goodbye to them, say our farewells. I don't want to cry. I hate goodbyes.
Goodbye.
Hug it out.
Dave. Goodbye, Gary.
Again. And it was really cool. They both messaged me, after that, sent really nice. They're just awesome guys.
Sent you a message. Please quit contacting me.
Yeah. Please lose.
Who is this?
Please unfollow me on Instagram and stop messaging me. Yeah, I forgot to mention that I had messaged them each 10 times since I hugged them out and said goodbye. Before I even left the flea market, I had messaged them.
Do you miss me?
Times. Yeah. And so, all joking aside, they were really cool. They both sent me messages. Really nice,
cool.
Really nice guys. And that we were going back, and Sonny's like, "You guys want to go to casino? You are in Vegas." Like, we literally at this point had not been on the Strip or been in one of the big casinos at all.
Yeah.
And so we were still on the outskirts of town. So we just went to a small casino real quick. Lost $40 like that. Sonny won $100. And we were out of there, and it was time to talk about dinner.
So Sonia won $100, and you lost $40. No,
Sonny. Did I say Sonny? Sonny won $100.
Sonny won $100.
Me and Sonia each lost $40. It was.
I was going to say that was going to turn out to be a better trip for Sonia than it was for you. So now dinner.
So I'm like,
sounds epic about this dinner.
I want a good dinner. I'm like, I want something good. And I'm like, and I told Sonia, we're treating, by the way.
Really nice.
Let them pick. And Sonny's wife, Carla, this is a debate. And it's a debate who decided on Korean barbecue.
Okay.
Sonny would say he did, and Carla would say that she did. So
okay,
they'll have to hash that out between them two. I'm going to give credit to Carla for picking it, because Sonny's words were, "We're letting the women decide where we're going for dinner. Are you cool with that?" And I was like, "I'm cool with that."
And it's Korean barbecue.
So it's Korean barbecue, and it was so good, man. Beef belly. Oh my gosh, have you ever had beef belly?
I have not.
Like beef bacon. It's amazing.
Yeah, when you say beef belly, it doesn't sound that appetizing, but I saw the picture and it's like, oh yeah.
Yeah, and it's. I mean, you can. It's just beef bacon is what it is. It's literally like bacon, but it's beef, and it was amazing. All of it, everything, except for the kimchi. Kimchi is not for me. Have you ever had kimchi?
I have not.
Awful. It's some kind of disgusting radish and rutabaga salad or something.
Yeah, I'm not very cultured when it comes to different foods of the world.
And it's like,
is Captain Crunch, is that an international dish?
It is not.
It is not. Okay.
So this restaurant has like this little robotic tray that brings your food to you. Like it just it comes out green light and you grab your food off.
How does it go?
It's like the
okay.
I can't do sound effects. Come on. No. And then the light goes bing and it goes green.
And it's yours.
Pictures, guys. So that means it's our food to grab and bring to our. And you have to cook your own food at the Korean barbecue. It's got a little grill right there on the table.
Oh, okay, interesting.
So Sonny's like, I'm like, I need to get an Instagram video of that tray coming. I need to try to capture it coming down and Sonny, the genius that he is, he's like, let's put your hat on it. Let's put your hat on the tray and have it come down. And I'm like, nah, it's got food on there. I don't think that's the best idea. And so Sonny's like, I'm doing it. It's happening. I was like, no. So the waiter comes by. He's like, can I ask you something? Can we do something for a video? And I'm like, no. I'm literally like, no. And he's like, can you put this? Because he's wearing my hat.
He's of course. Best hat in business.
Will you put this hat on that tray and send it down to us? And I'm like thinking the guy's gonna say, no way. Like there's food that goes on that tray. He's all, He goes, yeah, I'll put a napkin down. I'll put a couple napkins down on the tray and I'll send it down to you guys. And I was like, he did it. And so he's like, he goes back and he's all, are you guys ready? And so we're both, me and Sonny's wife, we're both ready to record. And he sends it down here, and it turned out to be this
You
beautiful
got to check
shot.
out Jimmy's Instagram page. I'm sure it'll be linked.
It'll be
linked. Pointing down.
Down below.
Somewhere down below this beautiful
old school flips
clickbait logo that's there.
Yeah, so that was cool. That, you know, Sonny, it turned out great. He's got a video of it too. I'm sure that you'll see in one of his videos. You know, he was brave enough to ask him to do that, and it worked out great.
That's perfect. I love doing that sort of stuff. You know, I always say there's a difference between the people that do it and the people that go, oh, you know what I was gonna do. You know, it sounded funny.
You're talking about me now. I'm sitting right here while you talk about it.
So, man, we've been at this almost an hour.
You set the timer today, huh?
Well, I did have a that's what the alarm, it wasn't for my pills.
Oh,
and actually that was like 10 minutes ago, but I can see the clock timer right here.
So we're gonna timer? As opposed to what other kind of timer?
The stopwatch, the timer. I don't know.
We're a real technical group here. He's probably like, if I'm sure if we saw what was going on, he's probably got like a clock they had to. He's good.
Grandma set the alarm. I gotta take my pills.
I told you about his notes. The font is, you know, 120 size font on his note. Yeah.
But hey, I can look right down at them and see them. So then I see when you're at the airport on the way home.
Yeah.
And Sonia, this in one of your Instagrams or TikToks or whatever it was in, Sonia's sitting there eating like a full-on breakfast and the thing, and you're like, hey, are you enjoying your bagel? We walked like this entire airport just to find her bagel. She's like,
Herman, because it was early.
No, she didn't like it. It's like, what do you want? I was looking for like French toast. It's like Jimmy's like, what? At the airport?
French toast? Like, that's the last thing I want, syrup, you know, in a little tray right before I'm about to get on an airplane. I don't know that, but like at least she's being honest. Like, I want French toast.
French
right now.
It's like that reminded me of a story I have. I actually own the URL airportfish.com. It's actually an active website. You could go there. I think all that it has is some stuff. Airportfish.com. I have a buddy that travels a lot, and what he likes to do when he goes to the airport is eat a fish sandwich at the McDonald's in whatever airport that he's at. And that's his thing. So
way different. I was thinking like Catfish, the TV show, like trying to get people to come to the airport to meet them or something. That was interesting.
So I bought that URL, airportfish.com. And they were a big supporter. My girlfriend Jill ran a 5K every year.
Wait, the company
she didn't run it.
Fish? Did she wear that like across her jersey?
She didn't, but it was on big signage and stuff. It was they were a big supporter of the 5K that I said she ran it. She didn't actually run it. She organized it. That's what I meant to say. But
gotcha. I've owned whole time I thought she actually physically ran.
She did not. She's walked a lot of 5Ks, but anytime when we were just talking about the people that do and not just go, that sounds like. So I own airportfish.com because that came from a gag. baloneywagon.com, Pork Club for Men. I had that for a while, and just anytime we'd come up with a good gag,
we're starting to find out what business you're really in.
Yeah. Maybe where I'm making all this cash.
Yeah.
But I think we're gonna get ready to wrap this up. Unless you have any final thoughts from the Trash to Cash podcast weekend, or
final thoughts.
Yes,
Jimmy's last words.
Yes.
What did Jerry used to say? Jerry Springer used to say. Jimmy's final thoughts. If you're flying out of Vegas, don't be late for your flight.
Out of Vegas. Oh yes.
I was sitting there waiting while Sonia was eating her French toast, and people were running because they were late for their. It was actually
Jimmy was commentating the action.
If you want to have a successful TikTok channel, just go to the Vegas airport and record people running for their late flights. I hate to laugh, but it was pretty hilarious. And then there was a couple guys that like had just got their lattes and they're like late. And the guy working the counter is yelling at them to hurry it up, buddy. Like you're late. And they're like just sipping on their lattes, walking all slow to their point.
And Jimmy's cracking up and he's narrating the trip. He sounded like Howard Cosell.
Yeah.
Picture, if you will. The lady is late for her flight.
And you know, if you slowed that down, like those people running, like again, I kind of refer to it as I'm someone that should not be running. Those people were also people that should not be running. And so, like, if you would have recorded it and slowed it down a little, Chariots of Fire, it could have been TikTok viral. But that's my final thought.
That's it. Well, it sounded like a blast again for those of us that could only watch from home and then watch all of the events on everybody that was there. See the videos from, of course, Trash Cash Podcast and what Sonny was doing. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of great discussion tomorrow night. You are on Sunny Las Vegas, Thirsty Thursdays with Sunny Las Vegas at 9:30 Eastern. Right? 7:30 Central, or not Central, Mountain Time.
Mountain, 6:30 Pacific.
Anything else you got coming up this week?
No, I got some videos. I just edited a video, so there'll be a video coming out. I'm gonna go do some sourcing. I think that's it. You?
That's what I got. Some sourcing to do. Like say, yard sales are getting in full swing around here. Got a nice church sale to go to tomorrow. I was there last year and picked up some really good stuff. It's a discussion for another time, but it's one of those sales where everything is just by donation.
Oh, cool.
They don't have anything priced. So it's that balance of you don't want to be cheap when you're helping support, the church, but also you want to get a good deal. So,
but also you may or may not. I'm just, you're gonna break home with a piggy bank, is what I'm saying. You're gonna go coins, aren't you?
Oh well, yeah. I like the kind that jingles more than
the kind that folds.
Yeah. So that's what I'm doing tomorrow in the immediate. Other than that, hopefully I'll get some good footage this weekend and get another get some good footage out and actually make a video. I made my first story for a while today. I made one and that was speaking of train wrecks. That was what button do I push?
What button? How's this? Where do I put the link? How hashtag what?
Like the other day, I went to a sale. It was a really great sale, and I had my GoPro on, and it turns out I knew the person that was having the sale. So the back and forth, and it was just fun. The whole time I was just really cutting up some of my best stuff. And I get back to the car to check the footage, and all there is a picture of me getting out of the truck. Somehow I had changed the settings on the camera or it wasn't video. It was on camera. So it's just got like a picture of my shoes getting out of the truck door. It's like
riveting stuff right there.
I wanted to take all my items back and say, take two. Can we do this again?
Yeah, can we have the same conversation we just had?
I missed my opportunity, but
and try not to make it awkward, please.
So let's wrap this up for this week, a third episode of the Reseller Clickbait podcast. So Jimmy, have a good week. We'll see you on Sunny Show. Well, it'll be tomorrow night, but
it'll be for these folks
when this comes out. So enjoy the rest of your Star Wars day, and may the 4th be with you always.